What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Giving here today with another Overwatch video for you. I hope you are doing well. Thank you for stopping by. I do appreciate it. It would appear that the last video that I did has bombed like nobody's business, but that is YouTube. That is going to happen sometimes. It is what it is. We adapt and we move on. Anyways, the gameplay that you're watching in the background is me. That's right, it's me playing as Tracer, a character that I never ever use, and it turns out to be quite a good game. Now, it's just after the first section. We're doing a capture the point section, so it's just after the first section, so I'm just going to show you all of the gameplay after that. But it turns out to be a pretty sweet game, and it was something that I enjoyed quite a lot and had a lot of fun doing it. It was one of the placement matches which potentially was a silly thing for me to do, bearing in mind that I never ever used Tracer whatsoever at all, so I just figured I would give it a go and see how it went, and fortunately for me it turned out pretty well. So yeah, hopefully you enjoy that gameplay in the background. Now, as placement matches itself, one of the things that I just did want to talk about is that I know that Overwatch have fucked around with the way that they do the placement matches again. In particular, I'm in Silver on PS4 and on Xbox again. But the daft thing is on the PS4, I lost pretty much all of my games, but still got put into Silver. But I think that's a lot to do with the fact that I was playing against Grandmasters for a lot of it because of some of the people that I was paired up with. Now, on the Xbox, it was slightly different. Me and my friend did all of our placement matches together, and we won 8, lost 1, drew 1. And we both, well, actually, no, I got put into Silver on 1,600 and something, and he got put into bronze on 1,300, and it was just like, why did we bother grinding so hard to get into, or to try and do as best as we could to get into? Now, I know that for this time around that everybody lost SR. I think I lost 200 SR compared to where I finished in last season, and I know it had a little bit to do with last season. If you wanted to try and maintain your last season's position, you pretty much had to win all 10 of your games to even get close to being put in the same area that you got put in last season. But you just kind of felt very dejected with it all because of how it all finished and how it all turned out. So we were both pretty bummed about it, particularly Shortbread, and I felt really bad for him because we were properly hyped after we finished the placement matches because we played some really good games and had a lot of fun doing it. But as it turns out, it was almost like Bungie, Blizzard turned around and just went, fuck you, not going to happen, this is the way that it's going to be done. In fact, I was that annoyed it felt like I was playing Destiny, in all honesty. Okay, so what I wanted to touch on was pretty much some little changes that are going to be coming to the PTR. Obviously everybody knows when Bastion first got his new bits and pieces added to him, i.e. the speed at which he could change and the amount of damage he could take. A lot of people were complaining because of the way that actually felt and the way that was actually being used, and it made it quite a cheesy thing. So they have nerfed all of that, but he's still an OP character, still a massively OP character, but nowhere near as bad. I watched a video, I think it was Unit Lost that was playing, and he got ulted by a Pharah, and he was ulted by Winston as well, and he survived so much that it was ridiculous the amount of damage he was able to take before he actually died. So it was pretty obvious that some changes did actually need to be made to that. But one of the biggest things that's going to be coming is to the PTR is effectively Anna. In essence, pretty much all of her stats have been cut across the board. So with her biotic rifle damage, it goes from 80, it's now gone down to 60. Her biotic grenade, can't even pronounce the fucking word, is going from 60 to 30 and 100 to 50 when it comes to damage and healing, respectively. Also, Junkrat won't be hurting himself from his own explosions anymore, which is pretty cool, because that always used to be slightly annoying. And Orisa, she's had some small nerfs. Basically, her magazine's been reduced to 150 from 200, and the supercharger cost increase has gone up by 15%. Also, Sombra Stealth audio has been reduced by 15 meters, so basically she will be able to be more secretive like, that's actually needed. I don't actually think that needs to be messed with. And a translocator is now only on a 4-second cooldown, so that's gone down from 6 seconds. Maybe not too bad. That's not quite too bad. Winston's barrier projector cooldown now starts when it's placed, and Zenyata's Orb of Destruction has a slightly better recovery time for the alt fire, so it's from 0.6 seconds down from 1 second, and you can now target enemies through barriers with Orb of Discord. Not sure how I feel about that, if I'm honest. So basically, it's just little changes that are happening, that they're putting in. These are all going to come live on the PTR. It's just where everything gets tested before it's brought live. So hopefully, it might balance things out a little bit. In personal opinion, I think Anna needed it. I think Anna was getting a little bit too much of a clutch pick for everybody, pretty much, in terms of what she could actually do. I found myself more recently getting killed more often with Anna, and it was almost like Anna was becoming a bit more of a DPS character as opposed to being the healer, which is what she's supposed to do. So, I mean, it is only going on to the PTR first, so it's not final, and we all know what Blizzard are like. A lot of this that they're actually doing could change dramatically, depending on how it all kind of starts up. I mean, they released Bastion with the new sort of buff update, and he was mental, so they had to nerf the shit out of him. So some people bitch because they said, well, that's going to make him completely unpickable again. And technically speaking, if you watch Bipolar Bear's latest video, Bastion is still king. If he's getting shielded by a Rhine and he's got a Mercy pick, and there's somebody's playing Symmetra with a shield as well, you can practically build a team around him still, even though that he's had a bit of a nerf. But it is just one of those things. Anyways, that is going to do it for this video, ladies and gentlemen. I just wanted to bring you some little bits and pieces, some info, some patch updates. Hopefully you have enjoyed it. If you have, please don't forget to click the like button. If you are new to my channel, please also don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for stopping by, and we will see you on the next one. Peace.